Alright, folks, we're back. Mario's taking a nap. Get up, you lazy fuck. This will be a very special episode today. Today, we're going into Joey's favorite part of
the library.
Library. Thank you.
The part that I love and
Part that Shigeru Miyamoto didn't want to happen.
Yes.
Let us begin.
Rosa, that book is blank and you know it.
She's like, I'm just making this shit up as I go.
Alright, I'll let you do this.
I feel like I shouldn't do this in the Rosalina voice. Chapter 1, The Celestial Duo. Our story begins... Does she read it?
I think she's supposed to be reading it. You don't have to do the voice if you don't want to, if you feel it'll be more dramatic with your regular voice.
Okay. Our story begins a very, very long time ago with a young girl. One day, this girl spotted a rusted spaceship holding a small star child. Actually, you want to switch off?
No, that's fine. This is kind of your thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Do I give a voice?
That depends on how serious you want this to be.
Fair enough. What's your name? Are you lost? The girl asked the little star child. I'm Luma, and I'm waiting for my mama. She's coming for me on a comet, said the star child, who had been waiting all day and night. This is where I remember I can't fucking read. Don't worry, I'll wait with you, the little girl promised Luma. At nightfall, the little girl borrowed her father's telescope and peered into the sky. She looked and looked, but she saw nothing. Hours turned into days, and then years, but still the sky revealed nothing. Finally, the little girl sighed and said to Luma, if we stay here looking much longer, I'll be an old lady soon. But then she had an idea. Why don't we go out there and find your mother ourselves? The girl and Luma fixed up the rusty spaceship, and then the two set sail into the starry sky. And this is how the search for a celestial mother began. I forgot there's quite a few chapters here.
We've been waiting till the end.
Yeah, there is that. Actually, I think that's probably for the best,
yeah,
so it's not like disjointed.
Right.
Chapter 2, Starbits. Days passed with no sight of the comet, or even a single planet. Instead, asteroids extended for as far as the eye could see. If I had known it was going to take this long, I would have packed more jam, said the little girl, above the rumble of her belly. Before they left, she had packed all the essentials: telescope, butterfly, net... She packed a butterfly! Also, I just noticed that her plush is one of the rabbits.
It's a star rabbit.
That's great.
Do you think they transform into the star rabbits because that's what she brought with her?
I want to believe that.
That's what I'm calling that canon.
Stuffed bunny, bread, milk, jam, and apricot flavored tea. But I feel like there's more essentials than that. If your diet mainly consists of bread and jam, I'm sorry, but you're I forgot to bring water.
That's an important part.
That's a little vital. At this, Luma burst into a gales of laughter, and the girl began to pout. As long as I have Starbits, I'll be fine, said Luma. You're gonna die long before me. Want some? The little girl couldn't stay mad after hearing this. Luma continued to laugh, and the little girl couldn't help but join in. Alright, maybe just a nibble. Leaning far out of the ship, the pair began to collect starbits with the girl's net. They almost fell out a few times, but they kept on collecting. The starbits tasted like honey. Chapter 3, The Comet. A beam of light pierced through the ship's window. Thinking it was the morning sun, the girl peered through the window, only to find a turquoise-blue comet shimmering at her. The little girl shook with the sleeping Luma awake and shouted excitedly, "We have to get that comet!" The pair descended on the comet and found that it was made of ice. They looked high and low, but Luma's mother was nowhere to be found. Exhausted, the little girl sat down with a flop, utterly unable to take another step. "Look!" Peering down at the icy ground where the Luma was pointing, the girl suddenly noticed clusters of starbits encased in the ice. What do you mean that the starbits are? It's a good thing the starbits are in there, and we're out here, and he's the sheriff.
We're frozen out here, and we're in there, and I just remembered we're out here.
All I want to know is where's the mother? Pretty good, huh? Finding starbits is my specialty, said the Luma, beaming. There's ice here, but it's so warm. I bet there's water here, too. The two decided to stay on the comet for a while. Riding the turquoise comet, the pair continued to search for their Luma's mother.
Yeah, that looks a lot like the center of the Comet Observatory.
Yep. Chapter 4, The Dream. One night, the girl dreamt about her own mother. "Where are you going?" she asked, her mother retreating back. Oh, to her mother's retreating back. Without turning, her mother replied, "Don't fret, dearest. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always watching over you, like the sun in the day and the moon in the night." A wave of sadness washed over the girl. "What about when it rains and I can't see the sun or the moon?" Her mother thought for a moment before responding. "I will turn into a star in the clouds and wait for your tears to dry." When she awoke, the girl's face was damp with tears. "You have star bits in your eyes," said the Luma to the girl. Wiping her face, the girl replied, "These are tears, not star bits. I'm crying because I'll never see my mother ever again." At this, the Luma began to cry too. "Mama, oh mama, wah!" Wah! The pair traveled through the starry skies, and though they encountered many other comets, not one of them held Luma's mother. Luma was despondent. Now, Luma, the rain clouds won't go away if you keep crying," the girl said, giving the Luma a squeeze. "I'll give you a present if you stop." The girl closed her eyes and said gently, "I'll take care of you." With these words, she felt a small spark in her heart. Chapter 5, Home. Oh, is this the one? "The kitchen will go here, and the library will go over there," the girl said busily to herself. "We'll put a gate here." Ever since the girl took Luma under her care, she'd been bustling about a feverish pace? At a feverish pace. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it to make a happy home. It turned out that starbits weren't the only things buried under the ice. There were tools and furniture unlike anything that they had ever seen, and the girl used it to build a home. Used them to build a home. Looking at the completed house, Luma remarked, "Don't you think it's awfully big for just the two of us? We can make it if we try."
Just the two of us?
I don't know the rest of the
Neither do
words.
I.
Hey, they rhymed! With a library, bedroom, kitchen, fountain, and gate. It was certainly spacious, but still something seemed to be missing. "If only my father, brother, and mother were here," the girl said, wishfully. Indeed, the house was too large for its two small residents. That night, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny, Close to her heart, the girl fell asleep in the starship. Are you sure you don't want to read this?
That's fine.
Chapter 6, Friends. Then, one day, while the girl sat sipping tea, and a tiny apricot-colored planet appeared on the horizon. From the planet, another Luma of the same color emerged. "Do the two of you know each other?" the girl asked the two Lumas, gleefully. Despite the girl's excitement, they seemed uneasy. The two Lumas neither drew closer nor backed away from each other. Instead, they just stared. The one Luma broke the silence. "My mama!" At once, the apricot Luma parroted back, "My mama! My mama! My mama! My mama! My mama!" The two Lumas began to dance around the girl frantically, and neither showed a sign of stopping. Any sign of stop. The girl was charmed by this adorable scene that she couldn't help but laugh, and that's when something very strange happened. Suddenly, more Lumas began to pop out from the apricot planet. They were all different colors, but they all shouted the same thing, "My mama! My mama!" The sight of the girl... the sight of all the shouting Lumas only made the girl laugh harder. "What am I going to do with all these children?" The Lumas just stared blankly as she doubled over laughing. "I guess we'll have to name each and every one of you. Luma 1, Luma 2.
We'll name this half Marlin Jr., we'll name this half Coral Jr. There, we're done.
Tomorrow, once she had finished naming them all, they would begin moving all the Lumas into the new house. Chapter 7, The Telescope. How we doing on time? Okay.
We're doing fine.
After seeing the 100th comet, a sudden thought popped into the girl's head. I wonder if my home planet is still as blue as it was. That's when she remembered her father's telescope. Peeking into the telescope, a tiny blue dot floated into sight. It was smaller than a star bit. How strange! It's so far away, but it feels so close. She twisted the knob of the blue telescope, and the blue dot grew until she could make out a greasy make out a greasy hill. A grassy hill dotted with flowers. It seemed very familiar to her. Zooming even closer, a terrace on the hill came into view. I used to go stargazing there when I lived on my home planet. She remembered rubbing the sleep out of her eyes as she followed her father up that hill to look at the stars. She remembered how she and her brother would sled down that hill. She remembered having picnics with her mother on that hill on a bright and windy days. And I want to go home. I want to go home right now. The little girl burst into tears, and the Lumas didn't know what to do. Shoot, I'm going to burst into tears pretty soon.
I can hear your voice cracking.
I want to go home. I want to go back to my house by the hill. I want to see my mother. The girl was shouting now, her face wet with tears. But I know she's not there. I knew all along that she wasn't out there in the sky, because she's sleeping under that tree on the hill. The girl's cries echoed through the stars, and a hush fell over the area. Oh no! You can't! No! You can't do this!
Is that really it?
Well,
wow, that's almost perfectly.
We've trauma bonded together.
We have. Is that seriously it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god, we gotta
maybe. Do they unlock any more at the end?
I have no idea. We'll look into it between episodes. But for now, We'll see you guys next time. Bye.